Oh my god. That's like, it's delicious. I love anything with tzatziki sauce on it. But this is like a hash brown just being enveloped and hugged by sour cream laden with garlic and dill. It's delicious. So delicious, in fact, I need another bite.
Hi guys, I'm Turtle.
And I'm Bear.
And we are the Gallivanthropologists. And last week you saw we did a tour of Spice Castle, which was amazing. And also the first place that we stopped in the Slovakia / Zakopane area.
Yeah, the past couple of weeks we've been talking about things to do in the Zakopane, High Tatras area. We went through a bunch of hikes, and then the castle last week was awesome. After we were done walking around that castle, we actually went to a restaurant, which kind of brings us to what this video is about. This is going to be our food tour, and it was a cool little place there.
And we ate some delicious stuff.
We're here in this little restaurant in Lechosa, which is a little town outside of Spice Castle. And I got something that's kind of a twist on a traditional dish. It's called the Lechosa Castellari. And it's got the famous potato pancakes with sour cream, and it's also got these cute little sirloins on them, and then it's got a little salad with it. It looks really yummy. Pretty excited to try it. With the cucumber, it almost reminds me of like a Mediterranean dish. It's also got a lot of garlic in it. It goes really well together. I love potato pancakes, and these did not disappoint at all.
And I ordered the fresh mixed salad. It actually is topped with some roasted sheep's milk cheese and bacon, which is a local specialty. And it looks like I've got some nice grilled garlic bread here, so that's exciting. I'm gonna go ahead and chomp into it here. The cheese looks really nice and crumbly. Of course, if you put bacon on anything, I think it must taste good. The cheese is really salty and kind of smushy and crumbly at the same time. Doesn't taste a lot like a typical gamey cheese. It's very mild, and the lettuce and the vegetables are just really lightly tossed with maybe a little bit of vinegar. It's very nice. Tell me what you're eating.
So what I ordered was the roasted duck, and there's duck here, 200 grams of it. There's some duck liver here, red cabbage, and little potato pancakes. And I'm gonna go ahead and dig into the duck here. A little bit of orange to spritz across it, which I'm thinking is gonna be really helpful with the liver. But actually, let's be creative and let's go for that first. I don't know what I'm gonna think about this, so that's interesting. I'm gonna try to save the liver with a little bit of cabbage and potato pancake. The liver's really creamy, and it's not overly like gamey or irony, so they did a good job cooking it, because I'm not a fan of liver usually, but it's delicious. And then I also have this nice crispy crunchy duck, which is always good. And the duck was delicious.
And we were just getting started because our next stop was Zakopane. And Zakopane is a cool town. It's better known for the winter time because it's kind of like a ski town, but it's really nice in the fall too, and in the summer when you can go to some of the hikes And I wish we had more footage walking around the city, but it was off and on raining. And after walking a little bit, we got hungry and we found this cool little place.
We thought we were stopping by a langosh place because in the window this looked like langosh, but it's actually called plaki, and it is a potato pancake, crunchy potato pancake, and they do different things on top of it. We got one with the paprika vegetables, we got one with a really hearty looking beef stew, we got one with a garlic sauce, and we got this cool little sword. It's made out of potatoes that we can swashbuckle with and poke people's eyes out with. But they all look delicious and wonderful, and the total was like $14 for the whole thing. So I get to try the first one. It's a really, really good hash brown with some really good vegetables on top of it. Lots of fiber to start out our day, and it's very enjoyable and highly recommended. And our little sword here is some sort of potato just all twisted up on a skewer. We don't know how to say it in Polish, but it's kind of like a twisted potato chip. And that's what it tastes like, a twisted potato chip. There you have it.
And I got the plaki, they just call it beef. It kind of looks like a goulash, really good beef stew. And I probably cut too big of a piece, so cut off a little bit more of that. But it's got like carrots and peppers and stuff like that. And it smells really good. That's comfort food. Like Dad said, it's like a really good hash brown, and then it's just got this really good beef stew on it. Glad we stopped here.
And I have happily been tasked with trying the more traditional tzatziki-laden version of this potato pancake, and breakfast didn't really happen for me, so I'm very excited about this. Oh my god, that's like, it's delicious. I love anything with tzatziki sauce on it, but this is like a hash brown just being enveloped and hugged by sour cream laden with garlic and dill. It's delicious, so delicious in fact, I need another bite.
And if we haven't told you enough on this video, it's freaking cold here in September, so I thought it was time for some shots.
What you got there, Brendan?
This is Jägermeister. I know it's very popular. I've never actually had it. And this is actually like a dispenser for it. I thought that was really cool. We're close to Germany. Smells pretty good.
Nostrovia.
Nostrovia. Tastes like black licorice. I actually like black licorice. He doesn't, so he probably doesn't like it.
But I finished it. See that? So good.
We walked around a little bit more, checked out the shops. A really great place for shopping because it's really cheap, especially compared to United States prices. But eventually we started getting the munchies. And not because we partook in the weed vending machines. So we went to Dobra Poczekarnia, which I think means Dobra's donut shop. And these are called poczeks, so donut. And they're these really interesting shapes. They're like a triangle with rounded edges. And this one is quark, which sounds pretty traditional. Probably gonna be pretty boring, but should be good.
It's like a cottage cheese.
I didn't bite far enough to get anything.
You just
It's a really good donut though.
Good job.
Yeah.
Wow.
See that?
Does not look like cottage cheese.
Not like what I expected it to look like. It kind of smells like molasses. I don't really taste much of anything.
So there's like a molasses covered cheese or something. All right, interesting.
It's good.
I got apple caramel and I don't know how I'm gonna actually get to it in the first bite. I guess I'll just take a really big one.
Still didn't get there.
Still no luck.
Yep. It's right in the middle.
In here.
Squeeze it.
Something.
Squeeze it.
It's like a good fried dough, though.
Yeah, so donut's good. There you go. There you go. Oh, it's got pieces of apple in it.
So good. Very appley. It's got some nice caramel, and there's stuff all over my face. Super delicious. You can see the chunks of apple in there, and it's just got really good flavor.
So I have a method to my madness. It appears that this is the entry point for the filling. So that's what I'm gonna hit up first to attempt to get a good filling bite on the first try. So here we go. Nope. You can see it though.
What is it?
This is some sort of egg liquor. I think like eggnog. It's a very yummy donut. We've said that, but I'll say it again. I'm not sure how I'm going to get in there without getting it all over my face, so here we go.
Do it. Just do it.
Oh my god. It's really good. It's like a rummy eggnog. I don't think I want to share. That's really good. Let's do a little dip.
Isn't she cute, folks? And our next meal was one that we've been talking about for like 4 weeks now in one way or another. All the way back, if you went back and looked at our Slovenia stuff, we stopped into this store and got a special kind of salami that's named after Brendan. And then we went on a really cool hike last week. There's all these little picnic areas along the hike where you can stop. We stopped by a little Polish cheap cheese. We stopped by a little Polish sheep cheese place and picked up some local cheese and some local berry jam. And we've got a special ingredient over here that I'm going to let the namesake introduce.
When we were in Slovenia and we were going through the shops, we found this really cool place, and they actually had bear salami, and this is local Slovenian bear, and we're not too far from there. I mean, we're in the Poland and Slovakia border, but we saved it for this occasion so it could be out in nature. And we got some crackers, and then I gotta get a little bit of this cheese here. You can see it's kind of crumbly, but they have this really pretty shape to it. So I'll get a little bit of that, and then I'm also going to try to use a walnut to get some of the berry stuff on here. Just like that.
There's like whole berries in there. It's really good.
Look at that. It's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but it looks delicious.
There's all these warnings about bears out here, beware of the bear and things like that, so they must have a decent amount of the Polish bears here. I hope they're not pissed off that we're eating their relatives or whatever, but it's a delicious little snack.
This is the jam right here, literally. The jam, but there's sheep's milk cheese that is not smoked. It kind of reminds me of squeaky cheese. Hello, Wisconsin! And it's got amazing jam on top that we bought, whole berries. Not really sure what they are, but it's delicious.
It's my jam.
Another hike that we did was the Starry Smokovic hike, and that was cool. You take a funicular up to the top, and we hiked around a little bit. We also tried some funky beer, but it was cold, so we wanted something to warm ourselves off and maybe get a little bite to eat.
Stopped at this cute little coffee shop along our way before we go over to the Tatras National Park, and they had traditional Slovakian carrot cake. It's really beautiful. I love the presentation, and it looks even better. That's a solid cheesecake.
That's a solid carrot cake. And the frosting's really thick. I don't know if you guys can see how dense it is. And then they got beautiful little nuts and the frosting in these cute little shavings. It's really good. There you go.
And I got a really chocolatey cheesecake of some sort. I can't translate it for you, but it looks decadent and wonderful. It's got amaretto in it. It's not really a cheesecake. It's more like an amaretto cream cake with chocolate in between it. But it's absolutely delicious. This is totally awesome. And we got cappuccino because it's a little bit cold. Winning combination, I think. And if you're gonna come by Stary Smokovic, I gotta tell you, their amaretto chocolate pie is probably at least the best dessert we've had on our entire Europe trip, if not like the best thing that I've had in my mouth the whole time.
I think they just labeled it as like chocolate cheesecake, but it is way more than that, and I would agree it has been the best dessert at least that we've had on this trip. It was really amazing.
It's a buy.
Our next stop was another hike, Stripsky Plaso, and really beautiful, famous spot. We had a really nice time walking around, and you guessed it, there was another restaurant. And it all started with this awesome soup that's definitely gonna keep the vampires away. This is the traditional garlic soup, and we got some nice little croutons in there and some cheese. It smells very garlicky. Luckily, we all love garlic. Pretty excited to try it. Especially with the croutons, it's like you're drinking garlic bread. Pretty happy right now.
I've been tasked to try the local dumplings, which I am very happy to accommodate that request. It looks like we've got some beautiful caramelized onions, maybe a little bit of sauerkraut in the middle. Boys don't like it so much, but I do, so I'm happy about the sauerkraut. These dumplings look very, very nicely made with love. There's some minced meat inside there. Maybe get a little bit of sauerkraut on top to round out the flavor. Very hearty. Nice chewy dough for the dumpling. The meat is slightly smoked, and the brightness of the sauerkraut really helps to round out the flavor.
This is called a Furman dumpling. A Furman is like a person who runs a coach, like a horse coach, and this would be something that they could store. It's supposed to be like a little gnocchi. It's kind of like a Spätzle gnocchi type of thing, but the sausage and the bacon's really good. It's got that nice sour cream that they put on things. It's really savory, and it's good.
In the Tatras, we've had a lot of really cool alcohol, and we've had some okay beers, some not so okay beers. Zakopane's beer has been pretty on point. We had a plum one that was like pruny. It was really good, and this one is no exception. This is honey beer. It smells just like honey, and it tastes even better than it smells. You definitely have to try this when you come here.
Right, and this is my Slovakian honey schnapps, and it's delicious also. We've had a lot of really good food and drinks here in Europe, and I'm glad you guys stuck around for this food in the Tatras episode. We hope you find yourself here soon, and as always,
Find yourself on the journey.
Nastrovi. And cheers to all of you, and cheers to our place we're going next week. And we're going to share our trip to Vienna over the next few weeks, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We saw a lot of really great things there. We also had some equally as good food, if not better. You guys will be the judge.
Pork, no.